I had a chance to meet with the new Prime Minister of Israel. He's a gentleman. We talked about how he has much more conservative views on matters in the Middle East than I do, but he knows, as he pointed out, he said, you've met every single prime minister and you've known him since Golda Meir. And I told him something Golda Meir said to me after it was after the 6-Day War. I was in her office and she had an assistant sitting next to me in the front of the desk, a guy named Rabin. and she was leaning back. She had on the back of her wall, she had these maps that she could pull up and down, you know, and she kept pulling the maps down and showing me how many people have died and what happened and so on and so forth. And by the time we got finished, she said all of a sudden out of the blue, she said, would you like a photograph? We walked out and we stood in that hallway, many of you have been, and we stood there and there were camera people and I was having our photographs taken. And she, without looking at me, she said, Senator, you look so somber, don't worry. And without looking at her, I said, I am very worried based on what you just told me. She said, no, we Jews have a secret weapon in our fight with the Arabs. And I turned and looked at her. It's a true story. I've written about it. And she said, we have no place else to go. We have no place else to go. Well, the truth of the matter is that's probably true, but it's so sad. And we have to continue to fight like hell to make sure there's any place can be gone. We're going to maintain those deep bonds that started at the birth of the Jewish state. A bond I'm honored, had the honor of renewing with Prime Minister Bennett at the White House last week. The challenges before us, I think, are monumental. But if Jewish history and tradition teaches us anything, it's the resilient belief in the promise of tomorrow. Even after the worst destruction and pain, the Jewish people have recovered, rebuilt, emerged stronger than before. And so must we. And may God inscribe each of us in the book of life. And I hope you all have a happy and healthy and sweet new year. Shana Tova. I think the Jewish community is sort of the backbone of staying with what's right. And so I'm looking forward to continue to work with you. And again, happy holidays.